tips and advice that are going to come out tonight on this for all of us to share with new people. The key to our business is someone that says, I really want to help people with this product. I want to get as healthy as I can, as fast as I can. I don't want to be the saleswoman of the product. I want the product to be the saleswoman. I want the product to be the seller to my family members and friends. That's what these summer training series are all about, is how can we make it simple for every one of you that are watching tonight to say, I think I've got a few friends that could be really successful and passionate sharing what the day 1, day 3, day 10 Thrive experience is all about with their moms, with their aunts, with people that you all really care about, right? So first thing, I want you all to write down, get as healthy as you can, as fast as you can. I want you all to use that as a statement when you are utilizing your social media this week. I want you all to look at your email signatures. Every one of you that are on this Zoom tonight, look at your email signatures and update it. Get as healthy as you can, as fast as you can. It's time to thrive, right? Little simple statements that you all teach people how to do are what causes your business to get new customers. So we've got a fantastic evening. I'm not going to take any of the thunder away from Brandy Pansen and her guests on here tonight. Y'all are going to be blown away in a 30-day period. Get ready. This is why I've been telling you all, I've been excited about this particular Zoom of the summer training series, because of the amount of new 4K VIPs in a 30-day period that Brandy's going to tell you all about, and the techniques that they've been doing. In addition to that, I have 4 names that I'm going to call out for $400 Thrive shopping sprees tonight. So all of you that are out there, you're going to have 3 minutes from the time that I call your name out to email into winners@lavelle.com, winners@lavelle.com. When I call your name out tonight, it's going to be 4 of you for $400 each. And I will call these names before we end this Zoom. I know I've had a couple of videos and several conference calls saying, I'm going to call your name. Then I say, it's over. Good night. And everybody's like, what happened? Brandy, take over and thank you. More importantly, congratulations to you and your team on so many new 4K VIPs just in the last 30 days. I got to say this also. Everyone has seen, those of you existing Thrivers out there, you've seen over the last, 8 to 10 weeks, as a company, we have put a massive amount of focus on how many people are achieving the first major milestone of our business, which is 4K VIP. That means you just got $4,000 in orders from who knows where it came from. It does not have to be from you personally. Those of you out there, you got a few friends, aunts, it all accumulates. When people are signing up for free and orders start coming down the road, your goal is to try to have $4,000 in your first 30 days in an entire network of growing your free accounts as fast as you can. Brandy, take over and let's get it going.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, I want to say though, when I hit first 4K and it was within 30 days, I hosted my first team call and I was dying in my living room. So I feel like I can't imagine what these girls are all thinking. It's like, it's so new, and this is totally different than hiding behind a phone call. So thank you guys for being on with me tonight. I can't take the credit for these ladies that are on. They have sponsors in between, and I think the biggest thing is a big part of it is we're connected as a team. And I wouldn't have found out about these ladies and what their hustle and their work ethic and their stories were if it weren't for their sponsors. And so I feel like that is a big thing as a leader. If you guys don't have that connection in your team, the communication needs to be there. Like, I know that our first 4 levels, and you tell us all the time, Paul, our first 4 levels are what we're getting paid the most on. But I want to make money. I'm not trying to, but I want longevity with my team to continue to duplicate. And I want to make sure that everyone on my team feels special and is a part of something. And I just feel like that, to me, I want to be that leader. And I felt like I've always kind of gone that direction. No matter where you are in my team, I'm going to help, or I'm going to give you some, spotlight. If I can do that, I think that's important, because I know how I felt when I first got, somebody said something, Brandy, look, it's a pat on the back. And so I think that is where, and I'm going to start going with these ladies first, and then I'll come back at the end with some things that I think I know for sure that these ladies were doing, but I want you to hear it from them. But the number one thing I'll say first before they get started, to me, it's just that they're untrained. No one here has any experience. They're just thriving. They just started feeling amazing, and they just started telling everybody about it, and it's like, that's the genuine, not that anyone isn't genuine when we're sharing Thrive, but it's that new, like, I love this, and they're not overthinking anything. They haven't been, looking around on Facebook and comparing and jaded by anything. They're just genuinely sharing. And that's what's got them, besides connecting to 4K and their sponsors. And a really quick shout out to Diane Gamble, Hillary Weiser, Jillian Chenoweth, and so many in between that have, it takes a village. I really do, to make success. So first person I would like to bring on tonight, her name is Abby Castellucci, and she's just been, amazing. She went from 4K or 0 to 4K to 12K in 6 weeks or less. She had all of her goals. She had VIP 800. She had 4K Maui Gems. I had a team reset. She hit that. Just one thing after another. And she, she's a nurse. She's full-time. So Abby, I'm going to bring you on. I want you to tell everybody, like, what do you think was the biggest success in you getting to 4K so fast?
Hi. I just think consistently sharing my story on Facebook. I wasn't one to ever put anything out there. So I think that really got people's attention once I did start putting things out there for people to really like take notice and see what was happening, especially with my husband doing it too. I just consistently would put our updates on there. Diana Gamble got me out of my comfort zone by putting me on a live. Like, that is not my cup of tea. So I just think that was one of the big things. And then, not trying to do it all myself, going to her, like, she was awesome about it. She would always answer any of my questions that I had. And just, I always had somebody to reach out to. So that was really big. And then, just following through on everything that, if I was told somebody I was going to make them an account or whatever, then, doing it right then and just getting, and then going back to them and saying, hey, did you get that sample, or how was that sample? So it was, just a lot of communication with people really helped.
Matt, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, and those, again, everyone that's watching this for the first time, 12K, 4K means $4,000 in orders or more, and then your weekly commissions grow. I also give people this analogy. Matt, what's the difference between $11,900 a month in our business versus $12,000 a month? The $100 difference, what's the difference? Your weekly commission's almost double. If you are $1,000 to $2,000, $3,000 a month in your orders in your team, and you hit the 4K, what's the difference? That $100 difference at $3,900 to $4,000, it's almost a weekly double. If you go from up to $39,900 and $900, what's the difference in $40,000 a month? $100 difference. Your check almost doubles again versus $39,000 for the month in sales, right? So I want all of you all to think, as you're going through this, what are your goals for October, November, most importantly, December of 2020? What are your goals in this business, and why are you doing this? So before I go to you on this, Abby, I was going to say, you're a nurse. Why did you decide to start helping people or talking to people about Thrive? And what is your daily activity? If you can give anyone advice right now to say, this is what I would recommend in a 30-day period. How many outreaches a day? What's your consistency? Things of that nature. Go back in time in your mind and say, here's a 30-day track period, and I'm going to give it to you in 60 seconds.
Okay. So my 30-day, the 30 days. So like I said, I always post something on Facebook. It's not always about Thrive, and I think that helps too, because, what's the point of sharing just all about Thrive and if you're not seeing the results of it in myself and my husband's life? I'm more active. I'm more, more involved with my kids' activities, you know, taking them out for bike riding, like posting stuff like that, because that's what, I mean, that's showing results of what Thrive is doing for me and my family. So that is what and I just talk about it to anybody that wants to listen, you know, and I always go back and, you know, look at my customer list and see who's on there and who I've sent samples to. And I do follow up with them. That's
your customer, so your customer list, did someone give you advice on to create a customer list before you said, you know what, I want to start thriving? Did someone give you advice and say, create a customer list, or did you just naturally go after that?
I mean, Diana was very pivotal in all that. I mean, she just kind of would give me, you know, tips throughout, you know, getting to my VIP 800, getting to the 4K, and then, you know, at that last moment going to the 12K. So, I mean, she was very, you know, her and Emily both would give me tips throughout the of things to do that have worked for them. So
excellent. Emily, Henry, how are you? Brandy, I'm going to go and shoot back over to you. I'm interjecting too fast, too soon.
Hey, I want to add what Abby, you know, I know with her personal reach out, she had 60 messages, voice memos going out. I mean, she uses that voice memo button, which is crucial.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Those go out, and she's very organized. You know, she's very organized, and I think that it's the biggest part. A lot of things where people miss out is they procrastinate. You know, like you say, you're gonna do something, you have an idea. Oh, I gotta talk to this person, or this person will be great, and they don't send that message. But Abby just does it.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for 10 seconds. 99.9% of us on this video right now, we don't want to deal with interaction, especially with someone that hasn't been on the product yet. If we're reaching out to them, they have no idea what their body is feeling like by the 4th morning on an empty stomach, by the 6th morning on an empty stomach. It's not about, I know a lot of you out there go, man, I'm a day oneer. If you want to see this business boom, I've said it since we started taking orders, always paint the picture of the 10th day. Because if you paint the picture of the 10th day, the sister, the neighbor, et cetera, is going, gosh, if I could just feel like I could be with my kids outside every day and I didn't have to lay on a couch. Gosh, if I could just feel like my body wasn't so stiff. Gosh, if I felt like my brain was so focused again. It's the 10th day that you all want to really focus on. But the other thing that you said was the voice messaging. How do all of us explode this week helping everybody else? Let's say they've got $500 or $300 in orders in the month of August. How do we help them? They're brand new. They achieved $4,000 in orders in their entire team in the month of August. I can tell you all, the power of leaving voice messages with people, your confidence goes through the roof because you're not having that one-on-one interaction with somebody like a personal phone call, right? You can leave them voicemails, and then you can consistently send them another voicemail. So very, very important thing for all of you to ask yourself tonight is, how many thrivers on your team right now are utilizing outgoing voice messaging, voice messages where they can hear the passion, they can hear the tone of the voice, but you're not having to get that one-on-one interaction and people asking you questions that you're not comfortable with. And that's most people when they're brand new from 0 to 4K. So back to you.
Yeah, and if you don't use the app, there's an app that you could just blast out. You know, like you don't have to continue to do. I mean, it is good to do personal ones, but if you get a really good message and you're smiling when you're talking and you nail it in 30 seconds, use that. Why create all this extra work? So if you're not using that app, and I mean, I don't know about other phones, but Apple has it. Use it through there. So I'm going to turn it to Paulette Prince, and Paulette Prince is one of Abby's promoters that went 4K. So not only did Abby go 4K and VIP 800 through then 12K. Paulette went 4K. She hit VIP 800. She had in 10 days. Let's see, 4K in less than 30 days. And here's the kicker with Paulette. This is a testimony to. There are people that say they can't do it. They don't have time. She has 4 kids that are under 7, and sometimes she has her brother's kids, and there are 3 under 7. So at any given time, she can have 7 children under 7. Do the math in her home. Plus, she runs her own business, or she works with her family in her own business. So that being said, everybody can find the time. It's how you use your time. So Paulette, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Hey everyone, you know, the big thing that helped me, I mean, I have a huge family. So when I started this, I was like, you know what, I'm going to tell everybody. and my brothers and my sisters, my aunts and uncles. And that's what I did. I just reached out to my really good friends, my family. You know, I felt so awesome on it that I just wanted everybody to be and feel and enjoy as, you know, what I was feeling. So I feel like that's really helped me get there. And then just me, you know, all these people I basically know personally. I see them on a daily basis, a weekly basis. So I haven't really utilized the voice memo as much as probably what I'm going to going forward, just because I see all these people all the time. And, you know, for me, that's, you know, I feel like great. And I think it's good for them too, because they've seen what it's done for me and how it's changed me and how it's changed, you know, I'm not the, you know, screaming grouchy mom, not saying that I always was that way, but, you know, we get that way. And when we're tired and, you know, you don't want to get up off the couch and they're screaming, hey mom, I want my toast, you know? And so, you know, you can make it work. And, you know, just like I said, this is priceless, the energy and everything that I get. So not only do I love that I'm still able to work from home and still make some extra money, but I'm also doing it and knowing that I'm being healthy and I'm, you know, going forward and showing my kids that, you know, we can do it.
So I want to ask you a couple of questions. By the way, you have a great first name. Addie Maloney out there watching, by the way, the reason I've got on this shirt, it got down to 43 degrees last night here at my house. Everybody out there, it was down to 43 degrees. My windows were wide open. So I am definitely wearing a warmer shirt. But back on a serious note, Paulette, when you think about, you know, one of the most important things that I heard that triggered when you were talking is when you were talking to family, you were talking to friends, you're going after people that you know. And I got to say this to everybody out there. When you're really passionate about something, all obstacles fade away at some point because your passion overrides everything and you're going to find a way to win. And I say that to all of us this evening because before we started taking orders in this business, for me, Paulette, I was messaging people, texting. This is before audio messaging, all that stuff. It was just kind of the platform that I used was texting. I did not call people personally, but I would, Brandy, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And I would send the same text message out, but I would send it to like 20 people a day. I would tell them I'm doing a conference call in 3 hours, etc. My question to you is, you're going 4K in 30 days and you're moving forward. What is the messaging that you're saying to people? What was your mission? Or they may not know that what Thrive has done to you in such a short period of time, to your body and to your daily life, etc. What is your outgoing messaging that you say to people?
Just that, you know, the results that it's given me, you know, to feel so good. You know, like I said, I see these people on a daily basis, weekly basis, you know, I talk to them very often. So, I mean, I think they've seen it, you know, not only my voice, they've seen it, my reactions, my actions that I'm doing on my daily basis. I mean, even my husband, he's thriving with me now. And it's just, you know, I'm even seeing little tidbits with him. And so for me, it was just, you know, just them seeing the results. And, you know, I think that was, you know, priceless. I don't think I needed to really say a whole lot to them. I was just like, you know, they trusted me and they trusted that, you know, I'm not one to jump on supplements, do this, do that. But when Abby gave me my sample, because I saw what it was doing for her and I've known her for a long time. And I'm just like, you know what do I have to lose? I have nothing to lose, you know, and everything to gain. And I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Give me some advice real quick. You've got 2 or 3 girls, you've hit 4K now, you're focusing on, you can see it. You've got 2, 3, possibly 4 of them. They've got the potential between now and the end of the month. They're new thrivers in the month of August. What are 2 or 3 or 4 things that you would say to them right now going, if you want to hit that first pinnacle in the first 30 days? I know I'm going to say one, then I'll let you add the others. The average thriver, or let me rephrase that. The thriver that achieves 4K VIP in their 30-day period of them signing up for free, the average amount of free accounts personally, family members, friends, neighbors, etc., is what? Does anybody know? It's 42. 42 personal free accounts. So all of you that are on here tonight as 4Ks and giving advice, just remember as you're going through August and you're going, why didn't I have 10 4Ks? Would you have 5 by the end of August if each of you are putting pressure, especially through the 12th of this month? Hello, guys. You got free accounts, or ladies, you got free accounts and you got $25 in credits in there. In addition, I got to give a shout out. Brandy Pants in the corporate call this morning. Her name was the first when the staff was giving me some updates for the week. She had almost $2,000 of her own commissions that she used in credits and moving product around in the month of July to grow. And Brandy, how many 4Ks did you have in the month of July?
15 new ones. Well, 60 days, I can tell you 15 new ones, and several came back. Okay, like they may have lost rank, but they got back to me. That's gross. But
got it. Okay, so Paulette, go to you real quick. You've got 3 or 4 girls in your mind, 2 girls in your mind. I know for a fact right now, if you hit 4K, you've got 2, Paulette, in your mind right now. You know in the month of August that they can hit it. Your whole team is watching you right now, Paulette. What are 3 or 4 major tips that you're going to say, if you women want to hit 4K, here's what I want you to do between now and the end of the month?
Just share, more or less, just tell them about the product. My thing is just giving them credits. Even, I know $150 package and then you have the shipping. Sometimes a lot of people are just like, if you don't have to pay for shipping, hey, it's free, it's Prime, even though it cost me $5 more, I don't have to pay for shipping. So I think what will help them, and my advice to them is just, I have credits. Ask me, ask your upline. We are all here to help you. And, I'm here to help. If somebody wants to run, I'm going to run with them. If somebody wants to just stay there, and that's fine too. But just know that we're all here to help wherever you want to go with this.
I have got it. Then Brandy, it's coming to you. Major statement that Paulette just made to all of us out there this evening. Ask your 12K, 40K, 80K, 200K, every one of you, when this Zoom is over, reach out to them and say, if I get 10 new personal free accounts this week and 2 or 3 new personal experience packs to order out of the 10, every one of you on this Zoom tonight, remember this, 10 free accounts. That's the mom, that's the cousin. Do not judge who you're signing up with a free account. Look at it like a Google or a Facebook. Go on a free account blitz. You're going to get people to want to have an experience a pack order, right? They're going to have $25 in that free account. I cannot stress enough to all of you how important it is to remember, if I go back in time, how many times I've said on conference calls or videos, get in touch with your upline 12K, 40K, 80K. These people that have $80,000 a month in orders that are coming in, believe me, if you're within 3 to 4 to 5 levels of them and they're finding out you want to run in this business and you want to go from 4K to 12K in the next 60 to 90 days, you'd be shocked how many people in your upline say, yeah, you know what, I'll pitch in on some credits. I'll help you out if you do this and this and this. So every one of you, again, on this, if you're not reaching up to your upline and saying, I have a goal. By Sunday night, I'm going to have 20 free accounts and I'm going to have 4 new upgrades. Will you give me $25, $50? Can the upline give me $100 in credits if I do X? Well, that if you had 4 new upgrades, your company just gave you $25 in credits for each of those accounts, plus your upline giving you an extra 20. There's another 100. Y'all follow me? Think and use your upline. Brandy, go back to you.
Okay, and just point out, I love what you said, Paul, about Prime. Like shipping is like Prime. We all know Amazon Prime. I mean, that's perfect. That's a perfect scenario of that explanation. Okay, so I'm going to go to Carrie Marks, and she has been. I'm going to tell you, she's been an inspiration because she puts herself out there. She's on a journey, and I know what she's done, and she'll tell you more. But so she hit VIP 800. She hit every goal: VIP 800, VIP 1600, 4K, Maui gyms. She's a teacher, and so where we're at in this life and what's going on, the uncertainty. She's doing it, and she's inspiring a lot of people doing it. So Carrie, I'm gonna let you come on and tell everybody, how did you get to 4K so quickly? You're muted. You might have to unmute. There you go.
Hey, I would say I got there so quickly because I started sharing with anybody who would listen to me. And then I was just doing the dishes one night and I was like, you know what? I'm clicking the live button. I've tried so many different things and I've never felt this good. And I knew I had to share it, but I also didn't trust myself all the way that I was going to stick with it. So it was my accountability. So, but just getting people to be excited about it, and then I started my accountability groups. So whoever ordered in June, then I start my accountability group so they can come in there and there's different things they have to do every day, like take a picture of their DFT or take a picture of what's in their shake. But we post all of our pictures and you earn points. So it just keeps you motivated. And I feel like if I can keep them motivated and into it that first month, then they're good. They're just going to keep rolling. So, but by doing that, then I got a lot of girls that wanted to join me. A lot of friends helped me. And I gave back to them and so that they could get started. And so we have a really good team.
I want to ask you a question. There's an old statement, people can smell if you're for real, right? I always have said that on conference calls. People can smell if you're for real. You're either full of crap salesperson or you are a legitimate individual going, I really felt like CRAP. I said it on live video, right? I was exhausted. Baby's in diapers. My wife and I have 3 baby boys. We're starting a business and I'm worn out. I need something that makes me feel like $1 million and my body's not worn out and I, thrive. For all of you that are watching me, look at me as I always tell people, don't look at me as any way other than the product caused me to go on a mission in my life, unlike anything I'd ever done in my life. It made me go, to your point, Carrie, what I would do is I would post on Facebook and say, I'm going to do a conference call in 3 hours. I want you to hear my live story. And I've got a couple of friends that are going to do it too. I've always been not a fan of videos. I just don't like videos that much, but here we are, got to do it. But I love what you said is that you went ahead and did a live. It was the same thing as me going, I'm going to just start doing my conference calls whenever I want to do them on my dime or my time. And I would give at least a 2 or 3 hour notice on my Facebook. You all, my first conference call, I want to say 6 to 9 people. That was it. Right. The next call, maybe 6 people again. The next one maybe had 12. The next one maybe had 11. Then all of a sudden 30. Then it just started compounding. So I want to encourage all of you to do what Carrie, what you said, that it was the most important. You decided to get out there and say, I want to tell you all why I'm thriving, right? Do you stay consistent with doing a video like that? If you don't, I'd like to challenge you on one of the most powerful things said tonight is you just decide, of all the speakers, you just decided to go and say, I want to tell you all why I'm on this product. Right? So do you say that again?
I do it every Monday. It's my Thrive Live at 5.
Thrive Live at 5 every Monday.
I do some type of a check-in for my accountability. So I either do like a non-scale victory. Like today I was pulling my pants up all day walking through Menards. Like, what? My pants are getting too big. So it's not always about weight. And then it's also about how I feel. I'll tell stories.
Yep. I got to add to that. When we started this company, you all, who's exhausted, who's tired, who doesn't feel good, who's worn out? Those questions, they were causing everybody to get on the conference calls. Who's exhausted, who's tired, who's worn out, who can't stay up? Those simple questions for every one of you in the month of August. It's like I said at the beginning of this Zoom, get as healthy as you can, as fast as you can. It's time to thrive. I want to challenge all of you out there to utilize your email signatures, to utilize your phones this week and go on a blitz of saying, get as healthy as you can, as fast as you can. It's time to thrive. Set a goal to say, I don't want to go to 4K. I want my whole team to break 10 4Ks, Carrie, by the end of the month. How many 4Ks could you break if your whole team was just texting that message and they texted it to every number in their phone and they didn't judge? Your team would explode, right? It's just getting them to say, I'm going to say join, and then underneath that statement or that email signature, like your email signature on yours should say join me Monday night. Because if you do it every Monday night on your email signature, it's the little things that cause the followings, right? All right, back to you all.
So Carrie, and I think that a big part just watching, and she's been consistent with these lives, and when we were on live the other day, you said, and she's shared her story on conference calls. I mean, she plugs people into team conference calls. I mean, we have that going because it is the truth. It's not your story, it's somebody else's. But I think that she's just been such an inspiration because people are watching her just kind of like, I think 28 pounds down in I forget 8 weeks period or something. And it's like, she's thriving physically. She's not where she wants to be, but she's going there. And that's how you take people with you. They have to see it. They have to and she's literally showing that every week. So
I'm 28 pounds already in what?
10 weeks.
10 weeks. I'll put $200 in your account for you to go shopping tomorrow morning. Give me your ID number and order some more Sculpt. Order Ultra, right?
Awesome. Thank you.
But I'll get you. I want. Let's keep that ball rolling. Congratulations, by the way. But I'm going to go back real quick and say this, you all. That's great if you're having a physical transformation. Every one of you watching this, you'll have more success of people going, I want to thrive. If you focus on, hey, do you know anyone that's tired, exhausted, and worn out? Do you know anyone that's tired, exhausted, and worn out? Again, hello, put it in your email signature, make a post on Facebook, be consistent once a day or 3 days a week. Do you know anyone that's tired, exhausted, and worn out? Get as healthy as you can, as best as you can. It's time to thrive. It's a little simple graphic every one of y'all can create tonight and hold your teams accountable to go on that blitz, right? All right, back to you all.
And just adding one thing to that for the energy part, I always teach, I say it a lot, and I hope everyone kind of goes with me on it, is, you could look at someone and just, we prejudge and say, oh, that person, they probably want to lose some weight. And I bet you they'd be great for Thrive. Thrive would do wonders. And really, they could be just happy where they are. But I guarantee you, not one person is walking around, even me, I would take more energy if you gave me more energy. Like, everybody wants energy. So just a little bit more. So, never pitch weight loss. Don't ever pitch anything, but talk about your energy, show them your energy, and they're going to want what you got. So, thank you.
Weight loss is just the bonus. The weight loss is just the bonus.
Right.
I mean, the way you feel. Somebody said, you can't lose any more weight or you can stay on Thrive. I would stay on Thrive in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Amen to that.
It feels so much better. You just feel, and it's like nobody can tell you have to just experience it.
And we've got more 4Ks on this internet, but I got to say one more thing to you all. I would always say to people, if you really want to know how big this company is going to be in the years ahead, and I'm going to challenge all of you on this Zoom tonight, each one of you speakers on this Zoom, obviously the whole crowd, you need to think about 12 months out and 24 months out, how big can this be from the little statements that you say that embed in people's heads, right? And one of the things I know for a fact that is a goose that lays golden eggs is when you're talking to someone, whether they haven't ordered Paulette, right, or they have ordered, is if you want to see how big this product is going to be in the years ahead, get on it for 10 morning, then get off of it for 3. Mm-hmm. And people think I'm crazy when I say that, but I'm going to tell you all right now on this Zoom tonight, if you're not challenging your team to get off on the product for 3 or 4 days, you just have people that, I don't want to get off of it. But see, they're not growing their business because they have forgotten what it was like to not thrive. You need to remind your entire team what it's like thriving versus not taking Capsules Lifestyle Mix and DFT every morning when they wake up on an empty stomach for 10 mornings straight, get off of it for 3 days. Watch how fast your team, every one of you on this call, I'll bet you, any one of you on this right now tonight, if your team does that, you're going to see an explosion of people making posts on social media going, I've been thriving for a year, I've been thriving for a month. I decided to go not thrive for 4 or 5 days. I'll never do that again. You'll have so much social media posting, which is, hello, free advertising. All right, Brandon, we got some more guests.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to bring on Megan Lindsay. She's also in the school system. She's a mom. And here's her thing. Well, she hit VIP 800 and 4K in 32 days, give or take. But here's what I learned about her. She has an aggressive sampling system that is working. I think out of like 7 she sent out, I think 4 plus maybe the 5th order was coming in. And I mean, just a great customer service. And I think that's another thing a lot of people miss is customer service. And I think when you're new, you're right in it because you just got that customer service. You get into this for a while, you kind of get away from the important things. That is so important because happy customers lead to promoters. Megan, I'm going to turn to you. What got you there so quickly? And tell everybody about your sampling.
So when I first started with Thrive, I wasn't in it to build a business. So I was a little slow in getting the samples out. And I went to my upline, who's off the charts amazing, and asked them, so sampling, yes or no? Pros, cons, what do I need to know? What's good, what's bad, how long, all this stuff. So I went ahead and sent samples out. I did a Facebook post that was, if I gave you a sample, would you give me your honest opinion? And I had 6 people respond to that. So all 6 of those individuals got a 3-day sample sent from the company out of my account. Of those 6, 4 of them are currently on auto ship for the 4-week experience. I had a 7th person that someone had given her some to try. So she was sampling. She is also on the 4-week experience auto ship. And I have an 8th sampler sampling right now that messaged me at 7 o'clock this evening that said, okay, what do I need to do to order? So that is 6 people out of 8 turning from samplers into auto ship 4-week Thrivers. And my biggest thing for getting started and getting to 4K when I didn't even know that's what I wanted was I was just consistent. I post every single morning a post of, sometimes it's just me, it's just how am I starting my day? What am I doing? Sometimes it's me and my shake. It's, if I switch something up and did something different in my shake, I talk about that, but it's consistent every single morning. I also am consistent with trainings. I'm on Zooms, I'm on calls. I do all of that stuff as well. So I'm consistent with that, which keeps the momentum going. And customer service is big for me. I've always been in a customer service role. And with my samplers, on the day, I always keep an eye on when things are shipping and when things are being delivered to my people. So I know when their sample gets shipped. And on the day the sample gets shipped, I send a personal handwritten card that has a motivational phrase on the front. And I write in there, I'm so excited for you to try this. I cannot wait for you to try it. And some little message or personal note in there with a 4th DFT with slow start instructions. So they have a 4-day sample and not a 3-day sample. So I send that out to them. And then I do the same thing. I follow up with those samplers twice a day. I know when it was delivered. I message them and say, hey, I saw it was delivered. Did you get it? You ready to start tomorrow? And we talk about the details, drinking the water and what else they need to do. And then every morning I say, okay, you're on day 1. It's 9:30 in the morning. How'd it go with your shake this morning? What did you make it with? How are your pills? How you feeling? How's it going? And then we go all day. A lot of them actually will reach out to me throughout the day, but I don't. But at night, around 9:30 or 10 at night, I'll message them and say, day 1 complete. How was it? How you feeling? How awesome is it? How's your energy today? Those kinds of things. And then day 2, and I always make sure to reference the day they're on because I want them to know that I know what they're doing. And it matters to me. So that's definitely been good.
All right. So here's what we're doing. I want your ID number because I have said for as long as Thrive's been around there, you all, why do we manufacture the capsules, the lifestyle mix, and the DFT in single serve packaging? Let me tell you all why. Because both for myself and Jason, before we said we're turning the company on for orders, what did we have to do what did we choose to do as a company? You all have, every one of you tonight have a choice to do what Megan was talking about tonight. Megan, and I'm going to come back on this in a second. I'm going to replenish financially all of the money that you spent towards those outgoing credits because I'm a massive believer in, if I've got somebody that I really like and I've sent them out a video message or an audio message and I've got that text communication going back, Carrie, Paula, whomever, right? and I've got that going. I'm just now, if I can get somebody to say, trust me, and I've done this a million times, you all conference calls, I say, trust me, order the product. It'll be the best present you ever bought yourself. I want time out, 30 seconds. I want y'all to write that down. Your team is as good as the closing statements that you train them on. Let me make sure everybody knows that. If you're 4K, 12K, 40K, 80K, 200K, any of you, no matter who you are on the Zoom, if you want your business to be potentially double the weekly rewards on every Tuesday by Christmas time, your growth in your business is as good as the closing statements you teach your team. So, Abby, I want you to look at this product. I want you to watch this company grow. But I can tell you right now, trust me, in order to be the best product or best present you ever bought yourself. I'm going straight for a closing statement with Abby. I'm going straight for a closing statement in a voice message. Are you all teaching everybody in the month of August an incredible closing statement? I also want to give an extra $200 in shopping credits to Megan this evening for having the purple capsules, the vanilla lifestyle mix, and the DFT in the background, and the Rise and Thrive you win tonight. Sorry, ladies, but I like Megan's background. So
thank you so much.
Yes, and I want to say this to all of the thousands of people that are going to be watching this as time progresses, or spreading the notes from this. I'm going to, we as a company are going to think outside the box on this whole sampling conversation again. And I want to challenge all of the 40Ks and 80Ks out there saying, man, I want my team to go on, and 200Ks, to go on a sampling blitz. When you're passionate about what you have to offer someone, why wouldn't you mail them a 3-day experience, right? Why not? I'm going to speak with Drew and Jason in the days ahead and say, I want to think outside the box, because our focus, you can see it the last 12 weeks. It's been 4K, 4K, 4K recognition, because we want all of you all to see this company is booming. I mean, it is for a lot of reasons, but we have got like momentum. Everybody knows what's up. So, Megan, I'm going to come back to you. I want to do something. I want to add more to your mail out credits. And I'll say this to all of you out there tonight. This is just not about Megan. All of you out there, let's say everybody watching this tonight, if you've got 10 free accounts in the month of August and you've got 6 people that your software shows, because we can see it. If you have 10 free accounts and you have six people that have ordered from the 3-day sample packs that have mailed out, I want all of you tonight that have that type, and I know there's a lot of you out there that have been mailing out 3-day sample packs and signing up free accounts. If you have more than 5 new orders in the month of August right now, I'll give you 4 new orders in the month of August, and you have let's say 6 samples out in the month of August. I want to know who you are. I'm going to get your ID numbers and I'm going to replenish those. Okay. But you have to have tonight already 3 or 4 orders that are in there. We'll figure this out, and we're going to come back with some more fun announcements in the weeks ahead on that. So be patient with me on that. Okay. Megan, give me some quick advice. We're going to wrap up. We've got a fast Zoom, and we've got a couple more guests or one more guest on here. I'm not sure how many. 30 seconds or less. Your team is watching you right now. They want to go to hit that 4K pinnacle. They want that auto bonus by Christmas or whatever. They just want to help people on the product. Tell me what you're going to give them advice on for the next, between now and Sunday night. Wednesday to Sunday night, what would you tell them to be a income producing activities or what have you?
So my biggest things are consistency, communication, and transformation photos. Consistent posting every day. Making sure you're communicating with both your downline, your customers, and your upline to make sure you know what's going on and who's doing what. But I tell you what, I talked all day. I wrote and talked and said how great it was. But when I started going outside of my comfort zone and sharing my transformation pictures, that's really what got a lot of attention. So take your pictures, take your day 1, take your day 3, take your day 7, take your day 10, and keep going and share the heck out of those things, and people will notice.
Yep. That was perfect. Okay, I'm gonna jump in. That Megan, I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad everybody got to hear that, and I think everybody should follow. I'm gonna change up my sampling game and follow your lead. So last guest is new 4K, Christina Fenstermaker, and so she's an IT person. I feel like we all need a little bit of extra IT geniuses in our teams, and I was so happy to hear that was her job. And so she hit 4K, but her story of how she hit 4K is a little different than everybody on here. And I feel like it's, it's perspective. I think hearing how somebody goes through the system is interesting because you just maybe sometimes don't think. And so this is a good testimony to the people that, we all have those customers and you're always telling them, hey, you can get this product for free. You can get this product for free. And you help them get those referrals. You should be if you're not as a promoter. But sometimes it's like they're blocked or they're only hearing what they want to hear and they think they need to be a promoter. And maybe they don't want to do what I'm doing yet. So no matter how many times you say it, they don't hear it until they're ready to hear it. So this is kind of a scenario of Christina coming into this. So Christina, I'm going to let you share, how did you get to 4K so quickly and a little bit about that.
So I accidentally hit the promoter button. That was not my intention. My mom was here and I was telling her about how fabulous I was feeling. Huge Starbucks person and Monster energy drinks. I don't know if it's cliche IT thing or what it is, but we like our energy drinks and lots of caffeine. So when my mom was in town, I was telling her about how great the product was, and I didn't really reach out to my promoter to find out what I needed to do. I just hit the button and got my mom signed up. So I didn't jump right in immediately because it was an accident. I was sharing my story because what wasn't there to share? I mean, I felt amazing. My husband felt amazing. So we were sharing stuff on Facebook and stuff. And a coworker's wife reached out to me to get signed up, and they started taking the products as well. They're both off of like a pot plus a coffee a day. And she decided that she very quickly wanted to go promoter. Oh, okay. Like, I don't know how this goes. So I reached out to an upline and we had that call. And when I talked to Emily, I'm like, hey, can we do this like me included? Because I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I want to find out how to do this too. And so Rachel Haynes is the promoter that I signed on, and she hit the ground running. And I'm watching her go and I'm like, okay, I need to step up my game. I want to do this too. Like, I'm watching her succeed. So I kind of just decided to promote along with her and kind of had that team growth there.
And she earned her, and so from that, Rachel earned her Maui Gems the other day, and you helped her get to that. So it's a good example of like, maybe somebody comes promoting and they're like just tiptoeing their foot, and it's like until one person comes in and like is excited, you have a teammate, you want to like do this together. And it was like she was driving her and she all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I want the bonuses. So Christina hit 4K in 30 days, and right behind her came her promoter. We missed the 4K volume, but she got the Maui Gem glasses. But still, it's communication. And it's like, if she didn't get on that call and hear some of the things, the options that she had, you wouldn't have learned it yourself. So I think it's good to be like, she didn't try to control Rachel and say, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll figure this out. It was like, connect. She didn't know, like, don't try to control your team. I think it's if you connect to somebody in your upline, maybe they don't like connect with you on your personality. All of a sudden they meet Christina, maybe they meet Megan, they're like, oh, I can get with it. It's like you can't control it. You can't micromanage it. And so I think for you, by you reaching out and learning it as you went, it reminds me of when I first started and Jacqueline Belcastro came in a week after me, and we were blind leading the blind, had no idea what we were doing. We were just, I hit a rank, she'd hit a rank. I did a rank. It was like, we did it all the way through. So I think when you have that one person, it's so awesome to just feel that, like it's new and it's exciting and they did it together. So anything else, Christina, you want to say, like, or Paul, do you want to chime in on Christina's experience with that?
I like your product in the corner. That's really cool looking. And so you get $100 and all the speakers. All right, tonight, all the speakers said, I'll give you $200 in shopping credits. Give me your ID numbers tomorrow. I think the same question. I'm like, you are what's not to share, right? You're like, the way my husband and I felt, what's not to share. passion, realness is what causes you to either be a positive magnet or a negative magnet. I always say to people, we're magnets. Pick which side you are, positive or negative. And it's so damn easy to be negative because most people around us are lazy and laying on a couch and they're not thriving. Seriously, right? So I want you to give us some advice because, you know, one of the things I haven't said tonight is all of you women on here tonight, you've got a lot of women that you're scratching your head going, I can't believe this girl on my team is not taking off like wildfire. I can't believe she doesn't see it. That goes through your mind. And that's kind of on that negative side more than the positive. It's so easy to think about, you know, Paulette 2 or 3 that can go 4K. But Christina, when you look at the whole thing of 4K, that's a lot of people that have ordered to achieve $4,000+ in orders, right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people that when they're thinking, okay, between now and the end of August, how do you stay in that positive zone and how do you go for new people? How do you break a 4K?
You know, I did a lot of looking at my upline to just trying to get ideas outside of what was going through my mind. Like they have a tried and true method that they've been using. So looking to them to kind of see, to kind of help guide me, that's been really helpful because, you know, my mind works one way and somebody else is going to have another idea that is going to help lead me. And actually, you mentioned doing the product for 10 days, going off of it for 3 or 4 days. And I wish I would have taken the opportunity to address that when it happened to me, because I did it on accident. I went on vacation. I left my product on the kitchen counter. I had been doing it for 2 months. I felt horrible. Though, like that first day I was okay. Second day, oh man. Third day, I was like, I just need to get home and get my stuff because this is not how I am these days. Like I just felt like shit. And so, like, I wish I would have thought at that moment to just put it out there like, hey, like, I tell you it's great, but without it, I had no idea how great I felt until I was without it.
Yep.
Challenge yourself also in the weeks ahead of how you recraft that story consistently. Like, because everybody, you know, on here tonight, we're going, get us healthy, get healthy fast. It's time to thrive. Whatever little statements y'all are putting out there, we all know there's more people think negative than think positive, right? Does that type of message carry when you say, let me tell you what happened to me when I was not thriving? You know, Paulette, let me tell you what happened when I stopped thriving for 3 days, right? And it can just be a little stuff. I felt like crap. I was exhausted. So it's a reverse reminder of all these people. You see what I'm saying? Y'all think outside the box on that. All right, I know you got some final comments, Christine. I apologize. It's good actually that I was brief with you and didn't take up too much time. This is a long Zoom. Brandy, you got some things you want to share, and then I've got some names and announcement, and we are off.
Yeah, so I think, you know, like I said at the beginning of this, I think everyone, and I think hopefully a lot of you can kind of feel that coming from them. Just like they're genuinely, you know, it's 4K and so new in this business. 30 days to go 4K, that is huge. And that's the first rank. A lot of other companies, you got to do a lot more to get to the first rank. And that carries a lot of, you know, of when you go on social media and say, I hit 4K, or when you make a post or a shout out, I just hit the first rank of the company. Some of them didn't even start this as a business. But obviously, you know, as they went and see how easy it is to share it, you know, they're leading with their product. The product is working through them. You know, and that no matter what, if you're not sharing your story, if you're not continually plugging people to stories, I know sometimes people get away from that. And it's like, you know, like I'm not saying I never have and have my moments, but the stories always get people, you know, and it's not always my story, it's someone else's story, and people get so far from that. And so what I like as a leader, I think for me, I try to find, you know, solutions, or try to like see, well, maybe we can do this, but still stick with the basics. But as this world is changing and we're also, you know, like when all this happened and everybody's now home, you know, we're all on social media. So how do we maximize that without coming across like, you know, insensitive to what's going on? I mean, it was a weird time when that all first started happening. So for me, I used that time to like, okay, I'm going to figure this out. How can we continue to keep sharing these stories? And so of course, you know, promos are always huge. And no matter where you are, if you just have a sheet of DFTs, you can promo that if you're a brand new person, maybe in VIP 800 and don't have really a lot of credits or whatever. Again, ask your upline, but you could use, things to do that. But for me,
I got to hit on that.
Go ahead.
Every single person on here tonight, I'll guarantee you, every single person here, 99% of you have 10 women's capsules, 10 lifestyle mix, and 10 DFTs in your house right now. Don't get mad at me, but shame on you if you don't make a post and say, get as healthy as you can. You need to get healthy fast. It's time you thrive. The first 3 people that message me in my hometown, I'm going to meet you halfway tomorrow in the morning at 7 o'clock. Meet me at this location. I'm going to give you the capsules, the lifestyle mix, DFT. I guarantee at the end of the day, you're going to call me and want to hug me over the phone. What is your closing statements you're teaching your team? How are you teaching people to approach people and go, you don't have to mail out like Megan 3 days of stuff. Every one of you has one day that somebody can meet you halfway. Even better, don't even meet them halfway. Let them come to your doorstep and say, I'm going to give it to you. I got it sitting on my doorstep. I'll wave at you through the window. The first 3 people come to my house. They call me right now. I'm going to have it waiting for you at my doorstep. And I guarantee you at the end of the day, you're going to want to hug me through the phone. How good are you at painting a picture of what the end of their first day is? How good are you at painting a picture of day 3? How excellent are you at giving them a picture of day 10, right? So, again, I also want to say this. Every one of us are our own personality and our own individual. There's a lot of people that don't like me. I don't like them either. And the way you've got to look at your business as you grow forward is you're not a people pleaser, because that'll keep you in mediocrity your whole life. You'll barely make it if you're worried about offending certain people. You'll move mountains if you know what you have. The capsules, the lifestyle mix, and the DFT, when you get off here and you message somebody and say, you're going to think I'm crazy, I bet I'll have you feeling like you haven't felt in years. Meet me at my house tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Whatever you're posting, take action. Look at your income producing activities. Focusing on messaging your current team. That's a tiny income producing activity. Focusing on putting a message out, Carrie, tonight, saying the first 3 women that respond to me in my hometown tomorrow morning that have not experienced Thrive yet, I'm going to meet you halfway. You can meet me in the morning. That's the biggest income activity you'll have for the day. Y'all follow me? Christina, Paulette, Megan, everybody that's out there. So final comments by you, Brandon, then I'm going to name 4 names, and I've got one final promotion I'm going to announce for the week.
Okay, awesome. So the challenge in sharing your story, I really want to point that out, that as you go forward, and if you haven't figured out how to share your story, and again, leaders should be helping when you're brand new and you're like these ladies, they need a little bit of help. It's overwhelming grabbing in $4,000 in volume and, like following up. Now you need to make sure you follow up. You need to help make sure those customers are happy and they're thriving for free next month. So you duplicate. So I think leaders need to continue to if you're a leader, it's leadership isn't a rank. It is straight up, you choose, you decide to help people on your team and take time to lift them up, because if you have a platform that you are recognizing, you need to start recognizing people in your team. It's not about you or where you are and what your rank is. 200Ks, I think it's wonderful, but it's 4K is where it's at. We should all zone in on our 4Ks, our newest VIP 800s, and feature them, show them how to share their story in a 4-sentence story. So it's quick, it's to the point, because people don't have time. And then also help them as they go. You cannot just sign people up, get a PPA, and keep it moving. You have to be there as a leader, and you have to connect. And so that communication, I think everyone talked about that, the communication, that's important. And I think promotions, we all know how far a promotion can go. And you can have one leg that'll go crazy for this promotion. Maybe they don't go so much in this state, but figure it out. I actually try to work with my team to try to say, hey, what do you guys want? If I gave out this, I did a poll in my chat. What really gets you going? And it's credits or it's cash. It's credits or it's cash. So I'm I'm not going to give gift cards to Amazon if nobody wants them. It's just, I want to know what you want. What if you can really, if you tick from a little, we get paid great, but everybody wants to win something. And so that's that's the thing that I think a lot of people get away from. When we really started in the beginning, we did promotions all the time. And then all of a sudden I kind of got away from it. And I realized, like, why not?
It's because your team was growing. And you chose to focus on where the pockets of growth were going, and you got away from how did I get the team to where it even is, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to confirm for all of you that are out there, and I told this to Thriver the other day, they were talking about a promo they thought would be successful, and I said, let me confirm statistics, numbers. I mean, it's the data. The most responsive, explosive success we have company-wide is when we announce anything relating to credits. So we know that for a fact as a company. Why wouldn't you, as an independent promoter on here, utilize your credits? All right, I'm going to go through 4 names real quick. You have right now, by the way, Christy Collins, if you're out there watching this evening, I did get your message about your newest 4Ks. Every single one of you out there, no matter how long you've been thriving, if you had a Thriver in July that it went 4K and they've got someone in August that is about to become 4K, our goal on here is how do we help other people's efforts? Right? How do we duplicate? How do we grow our businesses? It's not about who you are on here and what your rank is. If Christina's going to go to 40K by Christmas, it's like 4 or 5 4Ks. The next thing you know, she's looking at $40,000 a month in online orders, right? Because not everyone, you've got a lot of people at 2,000 and 3,000, but if Christina has or Carrie has 4 or 5 girls that are at 4K by November, the odds are she's getting close to 40K. So keep your mind on where it is. Maria Dillard, let me give you a shout out once again. I saw a post that Maria Dillard did, I think it was today, and I saw it today, and it said, look at the stage, and it said we were celebrating all of these 40K VIPs. And I saw that, and it just made me, it makes me want to say to all of you, you got to realize these ranks of 40, 80, and 200, they're incredible. But people on stage are at 40K because they had such a laser focus of breaking 4Ks, right? So here are the 4 names real quick. If I call your name out, you have 4 minutes to email in to winners@lavelle.com. What did I say, $200 or $400?
I think you said 2.
Let's go for $400.
There you go.
I got 4 names. That's $1,600 I'm going to give out to these 4 people tonight. So congratulations to you all. You have 4 minutes. It is now 4 minutes after the hour. So 8 minutes after the hour, winners@lavelle.com. Chelsea Robertson, winners@lavelle.com. You have to email in. It has to be your email on profile. You will not win if somebody else wins and says, I'm Chelsea. No, it's not the email we had. You don't win. Sarah Mayberry, Ashley Smith, and Courtney Cothran. By the way, all of them are 4Ks in 30 days or less. You're going to continue to see us as a company say, if you all watching tonight want us as a company to help grow with you and grow your 4Ks, know where we're coming from. You can see it in the emails. You can see it on these Zooms. Our focus is 4K. And then one last thing I'm going to say, all of you that are out there that are 4Ks, current rank is 4K. You didn't have to hit it in June, didn't have to hit it in May. This goes to all 4Ks out there. Whomever has the most new personal customer free accounts or free accounts between now and Sunday night, you have to be 4K ranked. Whoever has the most free accounts above 10, and keep in mind, they all get $25 in each one of those accounts. Don't cheat yourself. Make sure that that account is your sister. Make sure that that account is someone that, you're seeing live at church now on Zooms or whatever. Or make sure that it's somebody that you know. Don't cheat yourself in free accounts because you're just cheating your forward activity, right? Go for 10 focus. I want Carrie. I want all of y'all teaching people tonight. The speakers tonight, I want y'all going on a blitz of teaching people, Megan, how to get free accounts, how to do the sampling, etc. But whoever has the most free accounts, it's a current 4K above 10 by Sunday night, and 2 experience pack upgrades. So 2 customer experience pack upgrades, right? And they got the $25 towards that. I'm going to give them $200 in Thrive shopping credits, and then I'm going to give them a $200 shopping spree at Lavelle Gear. So $400 to the winner of that, right? Be watching Lavelle Gear. I'm working on some cool stuff for that too. We're going to have some really cool stuff in the fall. I'm out. Anything on your end to close out?
No, I just thank you. Thank you for let me feature these 4Ks, and everyone should zone in on VIP 800 and 4K.
Yeah. And again, I got to say, hats off to you. We're on here together, Brandy, because you mentioned to me you had 11 new 4K VIPs. I think it was just in the month of June alone. My focus is any of you that are out there watching tonight, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what your background is. You may have an upline. This is the you show. Every one of you watching tonight, you may have upline that'll help you with credits on promos. This is the you show. I don't care what your rank is. The company doesn't care what your rank is. If you've got 4 or 5 new 4Ks that are in motion this month, next month it's the Carrie Show. We're zoning in on the women that are breaking 4K VIPs, whoever it is out there. So whatever I need to do, whatever the company, Jason, Drew, whatever we all need to do to help any of you out there, let us know. And congratulations to all the women on this summer training series. Get ready. We're going to be looking at moving into some really cool Super Saturday trainings. I'm going to be looking, or the company, let me rephrase that, 4Ks, 12Ks, 40Ks, 80Ks, 200Ks, an upline team taking over Super Saturdays, and we're going to start choosing those by PPAs. So if you have a PPA of 2 or more in your 4K, your upline has a PPA of 2, etc. Rank doesn't determine who's on a video speaking live. Performance does. Y'all have a great night. Congratulations to all the speakers, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye. And Liz, thank you as always.